Hi, this is Martha, and today I wanted to give you a little taste of a message that has been coming through a lot for me, um, that I'm being asked to share with you. Just a bit of today, and then I think there's going to be a visualization to go with this as well over the next few days. So the message is about what a world would feel like on all kinds of levels with no fear. And so in my praying over the last few days, 2 days in a row, I was taken up into the stars and then into this world, I guess like a dimension where I was by a lake, like this very placid lake, and it was surrounded by pine trees. And I was asked when I was sitting on the shore of this lake, what would a world feel like with no fear? And that's a pretty profound question because we have a lot of fear in this world, so for a lot of good reasons. And so I sat there on the side, the shore of this lake, and I just felt into that world and all of the implications. What does that mean? A world with no fear. What all it was, just sort of feeling into, well, what would all those things be that don't exist? First of all, that do exist in our world here, and then what does that do in my body, and what does that do in the actual physical world of that place, like on a molecular, atomic level. And then I was feeling into what does that do, in my relationships with people, because in this world I was shown one person in particular that I'm very close to in this life, and then a bunch of children. And so I was feeling into what does that do for me, on a relationship level, when there's literally no fear between two people, or with children. Children are surrounded by all the stuff we're surrounded by. So what does that do for us in our bodies? And what does that do for us in our interactions with people we care about, or people we don't care about, for anybody? What does that do, on so many levels? And so I think I've been thinking a lot about this over the last few days, and on a sort of socio-political level, like my human brain goes, well, it's a little bit privileged to experience this feeling of no fear. And then what I get told by them is true, and it is something that, it's a gift if we could capture that feeling in our bodies for even 10 seconds, 30 seconds, even if we have really legitimate reasons to be feeling scared, on a personal level, on little things, or really gigantic world event things, or scary personal things happening. Just if we could give ourselves literally 10 seconds to sit there and be in a state of no fear, what does that do? So just my initial reactions to that when I was feeling into that world were in my own body, feeling like, first of all, of course, incredibly relaxed, and I could feel my cells interacting differently, and I could see in that world that even the cells and the molecules and the atoms were interacting, like they were interacting differently. They were spaced differently. Which sounds a little weird, but it's what I saw. and what I felt. And and then in terms of my relationship to the people that I loved in that place, I mean, it's such a profound thing to feel. No fear between me and, that person or those children, or so something I think that's really worth feeling into further, and they're telling me that it's really important, so I believe them. So I will be bringing you a visualization to go along with that, so that we can, those of us who are feel called to feel into that reality of our own bodies, in even 10 seconds of no fear, and the kind of healing that might spark in us. I will bring that as they guide me to, which I think will be very soon. And I'm excited. Let me know if you have any thoughts or questions or any other requests. And you can always go to my website at www.livingtheonelight.com. Thank you so much. Talk to you soon.